Cleaned these already, but
section, as clean as possible.
you want to get that side closer? You're right, good. Want to hold the side in? Maybe we'll buy it down. This cable. Grab your side. Just and just gently. Got some dirt and things on the back of this.
Remove the 8 T10 port screws. Secure the LCD to the outer case.
We're going to walk in front of the camera.
So we don't loosen it from one side to the other so it doesn't bend the screen. Start with this one. I'll probably be walking back and forth a little bit, but
Well, I'll tell you what, you get that side and then I'll get this side.
so we still want to just go, it's just so we don't bend the screen, just every safety precaution.
I can't imagine the screen is under a lot of stress.
And that could be true, because when you think, which...
No, it's okay. There's no reason not to do it this way. It's sort of fun. See, they have little, have the magnets and then, that's what I suspect. You are correct. Now I have to be very careful when we remove this because there are going to be a bunch of cables hooking it to the boards underneath. And so as we lift it out, we're going to want to just lift it a little ways and then peek underneath to see exactly where we're going to have to remove things. We're using maglev theory here.
Okay.
Basically.
The power of
But-
magnets.
We use science to our
but
advantage.
Just do that and this. If you grab yours very carefully, both sides, you're going to have to grab both sides and we need to pull straight up. And we don't want to pull up much, we just want to gently pull straight up. See it?
Oh, you're a
Up,
genius.
Bring it slowly. Watch your fingers right here and bring it just a little bit towards us. Not too much, that's good. Now we'll remove these. And you have to have some metal,
That's pretty good though.
some steel. Our aluminum thing won't work.
That was pretty good though.
So
I
now
like that
we
better
need
than
to
that.
look. We need to look under here. Well, I see how they did it. There's a hole here,
Right.
and so that they just hooked the holes, and that makes sense too. But I figured I had some steel things around, so we're going to just gently lift this up and look under here. You see, we
There's
have
a
one
wire.
here and we have one there.
All right.
So we need to remove that one.
This one's the best one.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's what you're going to do.
Just lift it up.
You sure?
Nope, slides out.
Okay. So it just slides out by hand. Just carefully grab the cable. If you can get your hand in there. Yeah, make sure you get
The light.
the bottom and the top.
No, I don't put
Okay, here. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Let me see that. Okay. All we do is hold on to the cable and gently pull it out. You can use a pair of tweezers if you have one or something. You just don't want to ding up the cable. Let's get at it. Well, there you go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So we have 3 cables that we had to remove. This one here, this large one here, and this little guy there. We're going to look a little more. What's that guy there? So 4 cables. See how that works? See that cable? So you see what you have to do? You have to squeeze down that end and pull out gently. Here, you can release this. I've got this. I've got this.
Cool.
Just gently, sometimes there you go. You don't have to pull it straight out, you give it a little tug.
That's good.
So here, gently, let's look at what we've got.
So 4
Okay,
cables.
we're good to go. Carefully lift. Let's not do anything too fast, just to make sure. There we go. We have all 4 cables. We're going to carry this over to the table. Bring this down. There we go. We're set. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. I just want to. Sorry, you got it.
Yeah, you
Let's put that right there. That's there we go. Just gonna. See, these vents here. All the hot air comes up through here, out this slot in the back top of the neck. I have to clean my computers about every 6 months. Quite a bit better than it was. So here we'll remove these 2 screws here and here. This hard drive's in a cage. It looks like it has some rubberized bumper pads or shock absorbers, if you will, on the other side, as well as this side. You can see them there. All these torque screws have been the same size so far. All we're doing is removing the power and data fittings on the bottom back of the hard drive. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Lift. It probably just eases out like that. Oh, this is the cable for the sensor, I'm betting. So this is a 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM drive. These pins that slide into the rubber mounts there same size. So what we have is a Samsung 840 Pro.
What capacity?
That's a 256 gigabyte. In this case, we're not going to be moving any data. We're only going to be reinstalling the operating system. And the customer wants to migrate everything themselves. That's the way that guy was. So we're going to install this guy in here. These are not Torx. These are Phillips.
With more ventilation.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that these don't run particularly hot, but might as well give it every opportunity. These Samsung drives are so pretty too. I just love the looks of them. The way they... Yeah, I never know how to say it. Chamfer, I think, the edge on the top. Just a nice touch. We don't get to look at it. It's pretty to look at now. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see here. Well, that's too bad. It seems that this cage uses fine threads and Apple uses coarse. So we're going to have to resolve that. Thank you. Before we continue. The cage that the customer supplied does not work with the existing Apple hardware. So it so happens that we have here in stock a 2.5 to 3.5 inch that does. So we're going to use ours instead of the customers. We'll either give them theirs back or trade them. Not sure yet. We'll decide that in a moment, but we're going to just remove the hard drive. Well, actually, maybe I should call it an SSD. I don't know. Maybe purists out there that don't want to call it a hard drive. I want these things to be snug. They don't need to be unbelievably tight. This is going to actually go in like that in order to match the old style, it looks like to me. So let's look at it again. So I'm going to put it in like this. All I'm doing is I want to match these cables up as best I can. So that is the best way to do it right there. Good. Looks good. Slide this guy out of the way for a moment. Wide awake. Make sure everything's gonna fit. Everything looks good. Sadly, there's absolutely nothing to connect this to. So we'll deal with that later. We're not going to do that at this point. We'll run some software and that will help control the fan speed. And now we're back to a couple of these torque screws. also a company, I can't remember where it is, that produces a piece of electronics that plugs into the sensor to cool it. But
Can I see how you put the cables?
oh, sure. Here, take a look. They just slip right back. I adjust the drive so that the cables would go back in the way they came off originally. That's why I went to all that trouble. It's easy. They have they're L-shaped on the ends. I'm going to put this right here. Now we have to put it all back together. Oh yes, we're going to put the hard drive we took out into this case, which is a USB 3.0 case that will allow access to all the old data. Often we use these we can migrate all the data, particularly with OS X. It's very easy to migrate all the existing programs and data over to the new drive, but we're not going to do that in this case. The customer just wants a clean install. So put this guy here, this one here. Slips right in here. Good. Oh, as long as you can't hear, we're okay. I'm just going to set that aside. And then we're going to replace the LED. Which should be able to slip right back here. Yes. Carefully. Not too easy there. Okay.
Just
Now what
hold
we're
it open?
doing is just replacing the LED. Yeah, if you just right there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I would love to.
Thank you. I can get down here, slide that guy in. Then we're gonna come down here, lower it just a little bit. Good deal. Now let's lower this a little
Just a tad.
until I can reach. As you can see, I have to actually try not to actually touch any of the. You know, it just looks like it clicks into place there, no matter how much. And that, I just want to make sure this is going to go up like this. Just going to go like that. Is that the problem? Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Perfect. Make sure that clicks. Feels like it's solidly in place now, which that's good. Now we gotta come a little lower yet, because I've got to get this guy over here. Believe it or not, I got to be able. I mean, really low. Barely room for my hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is gonna go right here.
Done?
Okay, that's done. I'm just going to take a
Can I
peek in
see
here,
it?
make sure everything looks okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. No, I can see
So
it.
we're looking, we're connected back there, we're connected there. This guy looks good. Everything's going to settle in place. We're good. We can continue. Excellent.
It's right above that.
Perfect. We're going to want to carefully clean the LED or LCD after we replace it and put these 8 screws back in again. Not going to put them in tight. Now, working around the magnets can be sort of fun because you really want to grab the screw from you. Ah, like that, you see? Now we're going to carefully clean the top of this. It was pretty dirty when we took the other screen off. You never want to shoot down into the screen because I understand you can actually looks like there's a little piece of something right there that I want to get rid of. I wonder if they put these together in clean rooms. Now, we'll look at this guy. Still looks good. Somebody wrote on it. I'm not sure what they said. But these little guys, you just sort of ease up on them to kill the suction. Oh, final test. My son makes this look so easy. Any bags of goodies.
That's an operating system on it.
Yep. So, our keyboard and our mouse, which plug into the internet.
What did you press?
I pressed a C and trying an O. Sometimes I'm just not patient enough.
Yep. It's coming up.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so now go to disk utilities. Disk utilities. Okay, so all we were doing is partitioning the drive, preparing it to have the operating system installed on it. We'll quick disk utility. We're going to install S10. Agree. Oops, sorry. Put that on the right drive. Okay, it's gonna take a while.
Okay, so I can stop that.